Grand Theft Auto 4: The Lost and Damned. The Lost and Damned was the first of 2 episodic expansions for GTA 4, shifting the focus away from Niko Bellic and his revenge-stricken warpath through Liberty City, in favor of a more grounded, violent story, following outlaw motorcycle gang, The Lost, and their recent stability since a shift in leadership. The Lost and Damned was my introduction to GTA 4's world, thanks to my next door neighbor, who had the game on his Xbox 360, and would occasionally let me come over and play. During the introduction, we're introduced to the gang, as they ride their bikes through Alderney. The protagonist, the kosher commando himself, Johnny Klebitz, vice president and de facto leader, Jim Fitzgerald, the only man to get a race change, and the chapter treasurer. The pack go down Boyden Avenue, spotting a familiar face who somehow crossed 2 bridges without summoning the entire US Army, and a policeman with aspirations of becoming a voodoo shrunken head. Continuing with the cast, in comes the club cocksucker himself, Secretary Brian Jeremy, followed by Sergeant-at-Arms Terry Thorpe, the womanizer and enforcer Jason Michaels, then lastly Clay Simmons, the road captain. Basically just a glorified road safety person. He's doing a bit of a half-assed job. Where's the high-vis vests and the bike helmets? Poser? The band arrived behind the West Dyke Hospital, finding a parole officer, a sponsor, and is that Charles Manson? The officer explains the terms of his parole, firmly stating that any failure to adhere will result in a lengthy stretch in jail. The man advises he stay out of trouble and goes back inside.
Yes, Daddy.
Johnny walks over to Charles and hands him a jacket, where he appropriately strips naked in front of everyone and puts it on. And at last, he's finally introduced to us, the chapter president, Billy Gray. The club leave the hospital, but Billy's without a bike, so he rides pillion with Johnny to the clubhouse. Inside, everyone celebrates with drinks as Billy retakes the reins from Johnny. He quickly ruins the mood by demanding to know where his bike is. Johnny explains he already knows where it is, so Billy expresses his appreciation for everything he's done.
You be smart, you fucking chump. You're ridiculous.
Jim tells Johnny they should just go get the bike to make Billy shut up once and for all. Just before walking out, the nutjob calls Johnny back, apologizing for his behavior, and asks Johnny man to man if he can do it for him, so everyone leaves to pick it up. Billy, still relegated to biker bitch, rides with Johnny out of Alderney into Algonquin. Fuck off, Brian. And over the bridge into Bohan. Meeting with Pretty Boy, Jim and Johnny ask him where the bike is, but he claims to have no knowledge of its whereabouts. In comes Billy, who tells Pretty Boy they're going to give him a relaxing massage in exchange for the information, so the trio get to work. After some R&R, the mechanic willingly hands over the information, and the group heads straight to a Northwood scrapyard, where the Angels of Death are holding the bike. At the yard, Billy hops off the bike while Johnny zips about the lot, killing every single Angels of Death biker in sight. At last, Billy's reunited with his bike, and everyone heads off.
Stay information, Johnny.
Yes, sir! At home base, Johnny tells Billy to pull his head in. To show his appreciation for Johnny's concern, he asks him to phone up his on and off girlfriend Ashley for some special favors, then heads indoors, with Brian following behind him like a bad smell. Why need a lady of the night when you have the best ball handler in Liberty City in your own court? I'm then shown about the clubhouse's facilities and its many activities, such as arm wrestling and high-low. Shown the club's memory room. Who the fuck is Little Joe? My extravagant bedroom, the TV and computer, and lastly, the massage machine itself, Johnny's custom 1-of-1 hexer, draped in the colors of the Israeli flag. Indoors, I get a call from Jim, asking for some help on Asperden in Acta, but that can wait. I've got to check out the clubhouse, such as these ridiculously overpriced hamburgers by 2008 standards, snapping some selfies with the gang, watching some TV,
List of rules a mile long.
then heading upstairs for a game of high-low.
Hi.
Nah, come on. I saw you pull that out of your sleeve.
Don't make me shoot you. I ain't no fucking hippie. What are you, a human fucking
Mug off, you
bimbo?
tart.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Checking in with the gang, Billy's already off his face on drugs. Not even 30 minutes detached from rehab, but brushes it off, as he already has in his pocket, touching it while explaining it to Johnny, causing the bag to burst in his pocket, dousing him in urine. Johnny makes fun of Billy, so he jumps up and starts whining like it wasn't his own fault.
Friend.
Just before something kicks off, in comes Jason, saying there's some deadbeats out front. The whole gang gets mad at the mere mention of absent fathers, making everyone storm outside to confront the men. Billy greets the group outside, who are all patched members of the Angels of Death. The bikers make sure to have the silliest sounding guy as their representation, asking what happened to their truce.
I thought we had a truce going on.
Billy respects the guy's willingness to confront him, so he responds by shooting him in the back with the loudest pistol I've ever heard in my entire life. Hopping on Johnny's bike, the gang and I chase the Angels of Death out of lost turf, killing them before they can spread the word to their comrades.
Sorry about that. That's bad craftsmanship. Good night,
Upon
buddy.
killing the last biker,
Shame.
Johnny calls Billy, letting him know the deadbeats are all dead. So Billy tells Johnny to meet him all the way up on Grummer Road. How did he manage to get all the way over there? It's literally halfway across the city. Driving over, I meet with Billy and Jason. Jason says he's going to see his Russian girlfriend on Firefly Island for a date. How romantic. I'm sure that'll turn out great.
Get away from Mr. Faustin's daughter. Fuck!
Is that it? May as well have told me that over the phone. Riding all the way back to Alderney, I check in with Jim, who's looking to relieve the Angels of Death of some motorbikes, so he can sell them off to someone that'll export them all the way to Japan, where a 39-year-old, 4'9" Japanese dude can laugh as a hardcore, racist American biker. Johnny offers up his help, so the pair cruise over to the truck, hop in, and drive off. Along the way, we come by an aimless driver asking for directions over to his biker friend. Given my charitable character, I graciously help the guy out by having him charged with 2 counts of manslaughter. Then give his friend a little speed boost. At the Angels Clubhouse, I start loading up the bikes while Jim keeps watch. As the first bike's wheels grace the truck bed, out comes a dozen rival bikers. So Jim tells Johnny to ring up Terry and Clay for backup. The cavalry arrives, so I charge at the AOD douchebags, killing one with a pump-action sawn-off, sending another flying across the parking lot, and peppering the last 3, which opens up the parking lot, making the bikes easy to take. Leaving with the loot, more bikers show up, even though all their bikes were just stolen. Shooting at the pursuers doesn't deter them, so I do some Jackie Chan Bruce Lee karate shit, hitting a front flip in the truck without losing a single motorbike, causing the lot to flee. While unloading the score, the sweatiest undercover cops show up, claiming the stuff stolen, blackmailing Johnny and Jim into paying them off, when we could very easily kill them 9 times over without any repercussions. Then they kick over the bikes and leave. Douchebags. Calling up Clay after the job, I queue up some air hockey. Now you might be thinking, maybe he's waiting outside the bowling alley where the air hockey is. Nah. He's all the way over in Hove Beach. Why? Making the trek over and meeting with Clay, Terry, and Jim, we take the bridge into Algonquin and stop at the bowling alley for some air hockey. What is this? Move the fuck out of the way, Johnny. I can't even see the puck. Is he on roller skates? He's sliding back and forth like he's on ice. Yeah, good game, dude. Easy win. Get lost. Back at the clubhouse, Billy sat in the corner, talking with Dave Grossman, where he's ripping a couple of cones. In comes the chosen 1%er, who's introduced to Dave.
Dave, forgive me, man. Would you fuck off for a second? I gotta talk to Billy.
He questions Billy's recent behavior, specifically why he hasn't changed out of his piss-soaked pants. Speaking of pants, he gets a call and delves into his pocket to pull it out. Some club members are being jumped by the Angels of Death, so Billy rallies the club and everyone rushes over to aid their brothers in arms. Driving Shank behind Billy, the Baroness of bootlicking himself, Brian Jeremy, starts lipping off, claiming that Johnny's never been there for the club.
Yeah, not to his face at least. I bet you stab him in the back.
Shut the fuck up. Have fun driving there with no wheels, you puckered up prick. At the first spot, everyone charges in and starts shooting at the bikers. In the midst of the chaos, Brian calls Johnny a homo, which is a bit rich coming from him. You'd think that Billy would be his husband or something the way he talks to him. Running back to my bike, I thank Brian for his help. Then head over to the next spot, taking down a crony taking cover behind, well, nothing basically. Another up on a catwalk. then hand Brian some ammo as he's ran out. Killing the last few around back, Billy summons everyone back to their bikes, where he announces that Jason's been killed by a Serbian over in Broker. Now, I wonder who that could be. He then gives a toast and wastes some perfectly good beer in the memory of Jason, following up by saying,
The time for pussy licking and ass kissing is over.
"So, we'll be sacking Brian?" Checking in with Jim once again, he's still weary about those undercover cops, like we haven't already killed hundreds of assorted thugs and policemen. Jim suggests having a truce with them by,
Buy a big tub of grease and prepare to take it from these fat pigs the rest of our lives.
alright. Well, then if that's the plan, sure. Racing back to the clubhouse, Jim proposes peace with the feds, greeting one with a fist bump and giving lunch to the other, but the cops decline as they prefer their coffee in a cup rather than spilt all over them. Over to plan B, the cops chase Jim and Johnny, who lead them straight into a lost MC ambush.
No, Mommy! Mommy, no!
Amazing ambush, guys. The group mulch up the police and their reinforcements, then quickly leave before more show up. Now, it's time for the best minigame in any game ever, the bike races. You might be thinking, well, Buster, they're only bike races. They can't be that. No. You're missing out one key element that separates these races from any other, the baseball bat.
Stay behind me. Dangerous sport, this. Keep out of my way. This is fun.
Easily winning the race. It's back to the clubhouse for another job from Charles Manson. Oh my god, not this guy again. Ray's there, as Billy owes him some money. During the conversation, Brian has the affinity of regurgitating the last few words of Billy's sentences, like we didn't already hear him say it. Brian should have Yes Man sewn onto his jacket beneath loyal. And never mind, he's already got BJ written on his jacket. I wonder what his other patches mean. What the fuck? Nah, this guy's a freak. No wonder why he's so desperate to please Billy. Everyone leaves the castle, down for an AOD clubhouse in Algonquin. Once there, Billy reveals that these guys were the ones that killed Jason and Broker. Oh, okay, that makes sense why we'd be doing this then. He hands Johnny a grenade launcher, wanting him to fire an explosive through the window, so I use Billy's head to ricochet the grenade through the window. The clubhouse catches fire and outpours dozens of bikers, who are quickly dispatched by Johnny and the gang. Running inside to flush out the remaining deadbeats, they activate their trump card, crashing my game. But not only that, now I have to put up with Brian. Why the fuck are you touching me, man? Get off me!
Said adios to another brother today, Johnny.
Oh no, Brian's dead. Oh, I'm so heartbroken. Maybe he'll have to get plaqued up next to little Joe.
Actually fucking on the internet. You're a tough Johnny.
Oh, so talk about my ex-girlfriend then. Have fun catching the bus. Heading indoors and into the basement, Billy finds a few duffel bags loaded with heroin and takes them. Johnny starts fussing over the stolen heroin. Like, what are you complaining for? I thought money was the issue. To justify its theft, he explains Newton's first law of motion for some reason.
Centrifugal inertia.
Then leaves with the gear. What a weird conversation. Scurrying away before the police arrive, I go check my emails at the internet cafe, finding an email from Jim, directing me over to the official Angels of Death website, where they have their own merch. And what the fuck is this? Who's buying this stuff? Let's check the club facts. Unsatisfied with non-segregated society? People look to the Angels of Death as an oasis for racial purity? Man, these guys are hardly pure. Most of their members are morbidly obese and balding. Yeah, I'm not reading all that.
There's a tip jar, jackass.
Oh, my bad.
Give me. It's just a gun.
Billy sends a message saying he's somehow already queued up a buyer for the heroin through Elizabeta Torres. How do you manage to find someone that fast to buy up $2 million worth of heroin? Showing up to Elisabeta's unenergetic party, she shares with Johnny the details of the deal, saying there will be an Eastern European guy tagging along, so she can vet if he's a narc or not. Liz yells out to Playboy, "You put that tongue away, you freak," who's tagging along on the deal. Johnny's invited to dance, but just decides to hang tight while he waits for the mysterious European to arrive. Would you look who it is? After a brief chit-chat with Nico, Johnny leaves to collect the smack from... Oh, why does it have to be him? Meeting with Yes Man, I mean Brian. He says he can't understand why Billy got Johnny to do it instead of him. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe because I'm the fucking co-leader of the chapter? Give me that shit, pussy. Heading into the apartment where the deal is taking place, Nico and Playboy come up the stairs, so we begin what might be the most racially diverse drug deal of all time. Charlie starts asking for the gear, but hold on, is he wearing a toupee? Hey, relax, man. Oh, well, I botched that. Despite having an AK in the cutscene, I don't have one once the gunfire starts. Wiping out the noose inside the building, I run out onto the street, then hop on my bike and leave the scene of the crime. Is that a cash collection truck there? What's this guy doing? Haha, I'm gonna take this sucker blind. Where's he going? What the fuck? Where the fuck did he go? Telling Billy the deal was a bust, he brings up Congressman Stubbs III, the guy Dave Grossman was talking about earlier. He hangs out at some gentleman's club opposite the Libertonian, hanging up and buying a hot dog. Oh, that tastes horrible. I phone Terry, looking to arm up from the club storage. He answers, saying he'll be in the area soon, so I pop over, grabbing a rifle and some armor, then heading over to Jouster's Gentleman's Club. I'm stopped by the maitre d' Levis, the first man to discover time travel, as evident by his 1800s articulation.
I think you should leave, sir, before I call the police.
Johnny says he's there to meet Mr. Stubbs, so Levis takes him into his spa room. They're getting a massage. Stubbs dismisses the masseuse and gives Johnny the spiel about being a politician and all that other yip-yap. Then he gets down to the bread and butter of why he really needs Johnny's help. His beloved uncle, who runs the family trust, hasn't conked over dead yet, so he'd like if Johnny could go kill him as his helicopter is landing at Francis International Airport, and frame it as a terrorist attack, which will also help further his political campaign, saying Levis will have something for him on his way out. Before leaving the room, Stubbs asks Johnny one last thing: how his new pants look. Where was Levis keeping this? Driving to the airport, I slip around back and onto the runway, coming upon Arthur Stubbs' convoy. Shooting his car causes it to catch fire. For some reason, his FIB escort, feeling proud that he just got his superior killed, hops out of the car and just stands there, putting his hands to his hips like he's Superman or something. Looping back around the airport and out the gate I came in, I speed away, losing the police tail. Then call Stubbs, breaking the sad news about his uncle's untimely demise. R.I.P. Unc. To close out a day of gang wars and drug dealing, I do one last race. Next time, we'll be following the law, protecting the innocent from the guilty, and respecting the rules of the road. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more. Leave a dislike, but as always, have a good day and goodbye.